And join us in saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Matt, may we please have roll call?
Claire Hickerson.
Here.
Hanson.
Here.
Zadi. Here. Demas.
Here.
Pedri. Bingham.
Here.
Malonis. Here. Thompson.
Here.
Mayor Mickelson.
Here. Council, I would look for a motion to approve our agenda. It's non-revised.
So moved, Your Honor.
Thank you, Councilman Thompson. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Demas. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? The motion carries unanimously, bringing us to our consent agenda. We have the City Council meeting minutes of August 19th, 2025. We have an appointment to the Fire Civil Service Commission of Tim Robinson for his first term. We have the financial report summary from June of 2025. A thank you letter from the YWCA for the city's recent participation in their recent Rock for the Cause music festivals. A letter from the Rock Springs Community Chest regarding the donation of 2 bronze bust statues to the city. A letter and certificate from the Wyoming Association of Municipalities certifying the city of Rock Springs as a member of good standing for the 2026 fiscal year. And an email from Eric Fry regarding the Parks Department's upkeep of the Bitter Creek Bark Park. Council, do we have a motion?
So moved, Your Honor.
Thank you, Councilor Hickerson. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Pedri. All of those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? The motion carries unanimously, bringing us to our presentations and proclamations. This evening, we have no presentations, but we have 3 proclamations. First up, we have Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Is there anyone here representing that group? Okay. Seeing no one. Jason's Friends Foundation is currently supporting over 175 Wyoming families who have had the misfortune of having a child diagnosed with cancer, brain and spinal cord tumors, and will continue to help these families until their child reaches 21 years of age. Jason's Friends Foundation has enrolled 19 new families so far in 2025 alone, compared to 21 total in 2024 and 21 total in 2023. This sharp increase is a sobering reminder of the ongoing need in Wyoming. Jason's Friends Foundation has expended over $8,650,000 directly to Wyoming families of children with cancer, brain or spinal cord tumors since its inception in 1996, preventing financial instability and relieving much of their financial burden. Over 70 Wyoming children have lost their battle with cancer, brain or spinal cord tumors in the last 29 years. Cancer affects children and young adults differently from adults as their bodies are still developing, and the side effects of the treatment alone can cause more harm to the maturing systems. September is observed internationally as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Max Mickelson, Mayor of the City of Rock Springs, do hereby declare the month of September 2025 to be Childhood Cancer Awareness Month in the City of Rock Springs, Wyoming. And I encourage all of our citizens to help raise awareness for pediatric cancer and to support programs such as the Jason's Friends Foundation that gives financial and emotional assistance to the victims and their families. September is also Suicide Prevention and Awareness Month, and I see some folks that I'm assuming are here to represent that. If you'd like to approach the podium and say a few words, we would certainly appreciate it.
Hello. Thank you, Mr. Mayor and fellow councilmen. My name is Shay Haney. This is Jada Gatley. We are prevention specialists of Sweetwater County. We are also part of the Sweetwater County Prevention Coalition, and we just want to thank you for acknowledging Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. As we know, it's a very big topic here, and we always try to want to lower the number as much as possible. So we want everybody in Sweetwater County to know all the resources that we do offer for suicide prevention. We do offer a couple of different trainings. We offer QPR training, which stands for Question, Persuade, Refer. It's about a 1.5 to 2 hour training. It really just kind of teaches people what the signs are for looking for suicide, as well as how to ask the question, because it is a very daunting question to ask, and then referring them to get that help. We also offer mental health first aid, which is an 8-hour training that kind of goes more in depth into a crisis situation and how to de-escalate it. And they're both really, really great trainings. We offer them all the time. They're completely free to the county, everybody. We will come in, do it for companies, schools, anything at all. But that's just kind of what we offer. We offer different mental health resources, 988 materials. So if there's anything that anybody needs, please reach out to us. I really, really want to stress that this is a very important topic, and we try our best to, get all the resources that we have out there. So please, if you know anybody, please refer them to us. Obviously, we want to help you guys, all of Sweetwater County, as much as possible.
We are very fortunate to have you here working on this issue. On September 21st, we'll be working together to host a Pause for Mental Health in conjunction with our Animal Control Department to sort of recognize that life-affirming connection doesn't just have to come from people. It can also come from our companions. And then on September 24th, Prosper will be offering a training at the SEM Parish Center at 6 o'clock. That's also free to the community through the support of the governor's office. So there are both ongoing resources and some September-specific ones that we look forward to offering the community. I think everyone who lives in Sweetwater County has been touched by loss through suicide at some point, and it is certainly a significant challenge for all of us to face together. So with that, September is known throughout the United States as National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month and is intended to help promote awareness surrounding each of the suicide prevention resources available to us in our communities. Our goal is to learn how to help those around us and how to talk about suicide without increasing the risk of harm. Suicide prevention requires a comprehensive, multi-level approach that encompasses strategies for prevention, early intervention, treatment, and postvention after a death has occurred. Suicidal thoughts can affect anyone, regardless of age, gender, race, orientation, income level, religion, or other background. According to the United States Center for Disease Control, each year more than 41,000 people die by suicide. It is the 10th leading cause of death among adults in the United States and the second leading cause of death among people aged 10 to 24. Rock Springs, Wyoming is no different than any other community in the country, but the city chooses to publicly state and place its full support behind local educators, mental health professionals, athletic coaches, scout leaders, police officers, and parents as partners in supporting our community, simply by being available to one another. Every member of our community should understand that throughout life's struggles, we need the occasional reminder that we are all silently fighting our own battles. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Max Mickelson, Mayor of the City of Rock Springs, do hereby declare September 2025 to be Suicide Prevention and Awareness Month in the City of Rock Springs, Wyoming. And I encourage all residents to take the time to inquire as to the well-being of their family, friends, and neighbors over the next month, and to genuinely convey their appreciation for their existence by any gesture they deem appropriate. A simple phone call, message, handshake, or hug can go a long way towards helping someone realize that suicide is not the answer. The community is encouraged to attend the several events taking place this month to help raise awareness as well. And it's my understanding that Sweetwater County has shifted in its statewide standings. So Wyoming has the highest suicide rate in the nation, and Sweetwater County has shifted from the third highest suicide rate in the state to the fourth.
Usually we always go between 4 or 5. We were third for a little bit, but we have shifted back to fourth.
Be really great to get in that, like,
Back to the 5th position.
I mean,
and even more.
the
Yeah,
like bottom
exactly.
50th would be great. That is definitely not an area where you want to be leading. So thank you guys for your work and for being here. And if you want to join us over here on your right for a photo, that would be lovely.
Yep.
Our final proclamation is for the National Day of Service and Remembrance. If you all would like to.
Okay, this has been going on a couple of years. First of all, we thank you, Mayor and councilors, to listen to our plea.
Ma'am.
September
Ma'am,
11th
sorry.
is,
Could you give us your names?
oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm Joan Fowler and my husband Ron. And we've been asked to encourage people to do the National Day of Service. And usually it's on September 11th, but we're using the whole month because not everybody can do one day, which happens to be a Thursday. So there's different things that are going on that we've encouraged people to support. And one of them is the Prosper. It's the free suicide prevention, intervention, and postvention training, which is going to be held on September 24th. And so we encourage the community to go and get some education on that one. And the other one is the hygiene drive, which we're sending out boxes in various places in the city, in different churches where people can donate, and there's a specific list of items. And then these are going to go to the First Congregational Church. They have a food pantry, and they do donate and help a lot of people in the community. Also, the food bank and the high school, Rock Springs High School, for their community needs. And then the other one is the Ray Lovato, what's it called? Recycling Center. Recycling Center, thank you. And they could use some help. We've designated 2 days, Friday and Saturday, from 8 till 10. But any time throughout the month, if anybody wants to go and put in a couple of service hours, that would be really helpful for them. And also, we don't want to just limit it to this. We want the community to feel encouraged to take care of their neighbors, to take care of the neighborhood. There are many homes, if you look and see, they need some help in yard work. There's the nursing homes that can use people to go in and read and help with the elderly, sing songs, read scriptures, whatever flips your switch. There are various things you can do in the neighborhood, and we want to have people be really aware of their neighbors and things that they can do to support this.
And we'd also like to thank Mayor Mickelson because he's so easy to talk to. We have met with him to get help in these areas. He's been willing to do that, and he says something and it happens. And we appreciate the council here and all the people in Rock Springs, because we love this place. We've lived here for 52 years, and this is our home.
Thank you.
Thank you. On September 11th, 2001, the peace and security of our nation was shattered by terrorist attacks that killed many innocent people, and the American people responded with remarkable courage and heroism. In the aftermath of this tragedy, Americans came together, demonstrating unity and compassion as they supported one another, grieved together, and began the challenging task of rebuilding their communities. In 2002, family members of the victims, first responders, and others established 9/11 Day to ensure that the anniversary of the September 11th attacks would be marked by acts of service and volunteerism, fulfilling the commitment to never forget. On April 21st, 2009, Congress passed the Serve America Act, designating September 11th as an annual National Day of Service and Remembrance, and entrusted the AmeriCorps agency with leading this nationwide initiative. By participating in this National Day, or Month, of Service and Remembrance, we pay homage to those who lost their lives or were injured, recognize the bravery of first responders and those who continue to serve our country, including active duty and reserve soldiers, veterans, and their families. Numerous organizations, including nonprofits, faith-based groups, public agencies, educational institutions, private businesses, and individuals are organizing activities across the nation to observe September as a month of service. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Max Mickelson, Mayor of the City of Rock Springs, do hereby declare September 11th, 2025 to be the National Day of Service and Remembrance in the City of Rock Springs, and call upon all residents to honor the lives of those lost in the September 11th attacks through participation in a month-long community service projects, including volunteering and performing other good deeds in the same spirit of unity, resilience, and compassion that brought Americans together in the aftermath of the 9/11 tragedy on this day, this month, and throughout this year. So thank you. If you'd like to join us. This brings us to the petitions and public comment portion of our meeting. If you would like to address the council and I this evening, please approach the podium and identify yourself and any groups that you may represent.
Max City Councilman, my name is Shirley Ann Sukeli, and I'm not going to take much time, Max, tonight, but I have got to stand here long enough to talk with President Demas. Remember we talked about the cemetery and dogs going over there peeing and crapping on the cemetery. Now, Max didn't tell you, because you told me Max did not tell you, and I asked him to tell you that I caught a guy with his big dog just pooping on the grass of a grave. Okay, so that's done over. Then I went up there a couple of weeks ago, and I saw this guy, and something didn't seem right to me. And I'm over here with my babies, and I'm decorating them for my babies and stuff and that. And I thought, there is something not right. So I got I got done, and I got in my car, and I went down, went around, and there was his vehicle parked, okay? And he was down the thing, and his dog was peeing and crapping all over the graves. And I stopped and I yelled, says, "You're not supposed to have your dog on the graves." And he says, "Oh, get out of my way." Real smart to me. I said, "Okay, I got no problem with you." So I got in my vehicle, I went over to his vehicle, and I took pictures of it. And then I took pictures of him coming and his dog pooping on the grass. If you'd like to see it, I'll be happy to give it to you. I think that's wrong. I think we need to do something. And I think, Max, we need to get it all out there for people to decide whether dogs can go to the cemetery and really get it out there and see what people have to say. But that's what's going on, and I have evidence. I wish I would have done it the first time, but, I was in a hurry. Yeah. But I got the evidence here, so what can be done?
Can I look at it after the meeting?
Oh, yes, definitely, definitely. And I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you, Max. You have done me a pleasure of, not being able to get on the agenda with talking about the state, surveyors and so I talked to them, and so I got the insight of it. That gave me the insight. And today I am the proud owner. Oh, guys, you don't know. I am the proud owner of a 134-page DCI investigation. You gotta see it. It will blow your minds. It is so fantastic. There are no words about it. And do not tell me ever, Max, that corruption doesn't breed corruption. And the only thing they took out of it, they just took the birth dates. But boy, they had a lot to say about our county attorney, the former attorney for the Como family. And so there was a lot in there on that. It was pretty cool. And don't worry, my 5 minutes is up. But remember something, Max. You never know who is watching. Thank you. You have a good night. Bye-bye.
You as well, thank you. Would anyone else like to
I'll be
address us
back.
this evening? Okay, seeing no one, I'll move forward to bills and claims for September 2nd, 2005. Council, do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Demas?
I make a motion to approve the bills and claims for September 2nd, 2025.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second. Second, Your Honor.
Thank you, Councilor Thompson. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Any abstaining?
Abstaining.
Okay, the motion carries with Councilor Pedri abstaining and Councilor Malonis voting no. Okay, that takes us to the salaries for August 22nd, 2025. Do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Demas?
I make a motion to approve the salaries for August 22nd, 2025.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Hanson. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstaining?
Abstaining. Abstaining.
Okay, the motion carries with Councilors Pedri and Thompson abstaining. That brings us to new business. First up, we have a request from the Rock Springs Fire Department for a road closure of Art Castillo Way to hold a walk in honor of the events on September 11th, 2001, on September 11th, 2025, from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. Council, do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Demas?
I make a motion to approve this request.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Hickerson. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? The motion carries unanimously, bringing us to a request from the Rock Springs High School for approval of the homecoming parade route on September 24th, 2025, beginning at 4:15. Council, do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Demas?
I make a motion to approve this request.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Hanson. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? The motion carries unanimously, bringing us to a request from the Rock Springs Chamber of Commerce for approval of the lighted Christmas parade route on December 6, 2025, beginning at 5:30 p.m. Do we have a motion?
Your Honor, I move to approve that request.
Thank you, Councilor Zadi. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Counselor Thompson. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? The motion carries unanimously, bringing us to our final item of new business this evening, a request from Lou's Inc. for 3 liquor catering permits for the Rocky Mountain Mining Summit on September 9th through the 11th, 2025, from 3 p.m. until 11 p.m. at the Sweetwater Events Complex. Do we have a motion?
Move to approve this request, Your Honor.
Thank you, Councillor Hickerson. Do we have a second? Thank you, Councillor Zadi. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? The motion carries unanimously, bringing us to our resolutions for this evening. First up, we have Resolution 2025-114.
A resolution accepting and approving a contract between the City of Rock Springs, Wyoming and Longhorn Construction, Inc. in the amount of $542,835.50 and authorizing Max Mickelson as mayor and Matthew L. McBurnett as city clerk to execute said contract on behalf of the City of Rock Springs.
Thank you. Council, do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Demas.
I make a motion to approve Resolution 2025-114.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Thompson. Is there any discussion?
Your Honor.
Councilor Hickerson.
Mr. Cowsich, does this get involved in the 6-cent sales tax that we approved this county a while back?
Your Honor, Counselor, no, this is going to be done with enterprise account funds. It doesn't involve the SPT.
Okay. Thank you.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? The motion carries unanimously, bringing us to Resolution 2025-115.
A resolution approving public parking space lease agreement with the City of Rock Springs and Square State Brewing PC to provide for the placement of an outdoor dining deck in the parking space located adjacent to its establishment.
Thank you. Council, do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor
move to approve Resolution 2025-115.
Thank you, Councilor Thompson. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Hanson. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining?
Abstain.
Okay, the motion carries with Councilor Zadi abstaining, bringing us to our final resolution of this evening, 2025-116.
A resolution accepting and approving a memorandum of understanding between Rock Springs Rams Baseball and the City of Rock Springs and authorizing Max Mickelson as mayor of the City of Rock Springs, Wyoming, and Matthew L. McBurnett as city clerk of the City of Rock Springs, Wyoming, to execute said memorandum of understanding on behalf of said city.
Thank you. Council, do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Hickerson.
move to approve Resolution 2025-116.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Pedri. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously, which brings us to ordinances. We have 7 this evening. 3 are on their first reading, 1 is on its second, and 3 are on their third reading. And we will start with 2025-09 on its third reading, bless you, and we will look to take action.
An ordinance amending Title III entitled Administration, Chapter 30 entitled City Officers and Employees, Section 30.046 entitled Council Members.
Thank you. Council, do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Hickerson.
move to approve Ordinance 2025-09.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Zadi. Discussion.
Your Honor.
Councilor Malonis.
So I've done quite a bit of research on this $3,000 cash out. We've had it for over 40 years. I actually talked to the councilman that initiated this, Councilman Bill Shalata, and he said when they put it in effect 40 years ago, it was to buy insurance or you can cash the whole amount out. Okay. Okay, so I don't know, it seems like I've been talking to Matt about how we do things now. I didn't realize I was forced into the Wyoming retirement system, and part of that $3,000 is going to fund that retirement system. That's our portion, but everybody else in the city gets the city to pay for theirs. So anyhow, I don't really feel this is the place to talk about this subject. I would like to table this resolution, and I would like to get together and have a private meeting where we could discuss this in the open and come to some resolution for this that our forefathers fought for, and
There's a motion
future
on the floor.
we'll
So
leave.
we'll have to have a vote on the motion on the floor, and then if it fails, you could motion to table subsequently to the motion that is on the floor. For my part, the Wyoming Legislative Service Office has a document where they list all of the compensation that elected folks are given in the state of Wyoming. And the only community that pays its council members more than Rock Springs is Jackson. The only community that pays its council members as much as we do is Cheyenne, and then everyone else pays substantially less. I, for my part, am very grateful to our community for valuing the work that all of us up here do, and for choosing to compensate us better than 93 other communities in the state. And so it is, but if the vote on the current motion fails, then I would encourage you to make a motion to table it.
If it fails, what good does it do to table it? It's over. It's weird to me.
Is there further discussion?
Does this include what, okay.
Yep, Councilman Bingham amendment. Further discussion? Hearing none, Mr. McBurnett, if you will take us through, please.
Counselor Hanson,
Yes.
Zadi,
Yes.
Demus,
Yes.
Pedri,
Yes.
Bingham,
Yes.
Malonis,
No.
Thompson,
Yes.
Hickerson,
Yes.
Mayor Mickelson.
Yes, so the motion carries with Councilor Malonis voting against, which brings us to ordinance 2025-10.
An ordinance amending Title 13 entitled General Offenses, Chapter 131 entitled Offenses Against Public Morals and Decencies, Section 131.043 entitled Prohibited Sales of Liquor to Minors, Licensed Building Restrictions.
Thank you. Council, do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Hickerson?
move to approve ordinance 2025-10.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Hanson. Discussion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Malonis?
why is this ordinance coming up? Is Bitter Creek Brewing not going to have a restaurant or something changing around town?
No, I don't know what the folks who purchased the Bitter Creek Brewing building are doing with it. This is something that I was approached by some constituents who wanted us to consider it, and I told them that I would be happy to bring that forward for the council to consider.
Your Honor,
Councilor Malonis?
I'm kind of with Chief Esper, that, we get open containers, we got all these liquor licenses, we serve alcohol at domestic violence events. Now we're going to extend the time that kids can be in the pub. I get it. I mean, that's where the money's at. You can't never stop people from drinking. But I think we need to do a lot better job on educating people about the dangers of alcohol, about the mental health issues of alcohol. I think we need to be better at providing resources and help to people that have addiction problems or alcohol issues. We talk a mean game about suicide prevention, but we continue to do things like this. So maybe, we'll see. That's it.
Thank you. Is there other discussion?
Your Honor,
Councilor Bingham?
so just in doing a little bit of research on this, Would be the only community that you're aware of? Because I looked around at some different, I'm talking about Wyoming, that would have this ordinance. Are you aware of, or?
My understanding is that we're the only community in Wyoming that prohibits parents from taking their children into microbreweries with some sort of time constraint. Interestingly, the national trend is for the businesses themselves to choose to not allow children. And certainly, I would agree with Councilor Malonis that we have an issue with business owners over-serving. I don't think anybody in Wyoming has a huge issue if someone has a drink.
Yeah.
It's if someone is visibly intoxicated and the business establishment is continuing to serve them, that is a failure of that business. I actually have spoken with Mr. Beckwith about bringing some sort of ordinance forward that puts some stipulations and requirements on the training that businesses that serve alcohol do for their staff. And having been in many of our restaurants, and this is kind of where I get a hiccup, I have watched people who are very clearly visibly intoxicated with their children continue to be served, and under our laws, because food is served in that establishment, it's fine. And really, it's not, right? I don't care if you're giving somebody a side of beef. If you're toasted, you should be cut off. And so that, I don't know, from a political, philosophical perspective, I really believe it's up to the business and the parents to be responsible. And it's up to government to stay out of the way as much as possible while putting some guardrails in place. So I thought it was worth the council considering. And we'll see how they feel about it.
Yep.
Further discussion? Okay, hearing none. Matt, if you'll take us through, please.
Councilor Zadi,
Yes.
Demus,
Yes.
Pedri,
Yes.
Bingham,
No.
Malonis,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Hickerson,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Mayor Mickelson.
Yes, although I do very much appreciate Chief Earspalmer's feedback. Law enforcement has a very particular perspective, and it is a valuable perspective. Our job up here, though, is all 23,000 people who live in our community. And certainly, as with our allowance of open containers downtown, the minute it becomes a problem, it takes us 6 weeks to revert the law. So hopefully businesses are aware of that and are responsible in their choices. So with that, our final ordinance that we will be taking action on this evening is Ordinance 2025-11.
An ordinance amending Title 11 entitled Business Regulations, Chapter 115 entitled Alcoholic Beverages, Section 115.04 entitled License Fees Renewal Date, amending Section 116.056 entitled Microbrewery and/or Winery Permits, amending and renumbering Section 115.07 entitled Restaurant Liquor Licenses, amending and renumbering Section 115.08 entitled Bar and Grill Liquor Licenses, amending and renumbering Section 115.09 entitled Bar and Grill Liquor Licenses, adding Section 115.10 entitled Resort and Resort Hotel Liquor Licenses, adding Section 115.11 entitled Retail Liquor Licenses, and adding Section 115.12 entitled Limited Retail Club Liquor Licenses.
Council, do we have a motion?
Your Honor, I'd move to approve ordinance 2025-11.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilor Demus. Is there discussion? Hearing none. Matt, if you'll take us through, please.
Councilor Demus,
Yes.
Pedri,
Yes.
Bingham,
Yes.
Malonis,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Hickerson,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Zadi,
Yes.
Mayor Mickelson.
Yes. Motion carries unanimously. Bringing us to Ordinance 2025-12.
An ordinance amending Title 13 entitled General Offenses, Chapter 130, entitled Offenses Against Property, Section 130.02, entitled Throwing Stones or Missiles, and amending Chapter 132, entitled Offenses Against Public Peace and Safety, Section 132.05, entitled Discharging Firearms.
Thank you. Council, is there any discussion? Just to remind everyone, this is an attempt to change our ordinances so that if a 15-year-old shoots their friend in the parking lot with a Nerf gun, they don't get charged with discharging a firearm. And under our old ordinance reading, that was the crime that they could be charged with, which feels like a pretty heavy, serious charge for shooting someone with an Orby. But we also want to make sure that if they creatively do it in a way that causes damage to either people or property, there's still a way to let them know that that was probably a poor judgment. Okay, so we have 3 ordinances up on their first reading, starting with 2025-13.
An ordinance amending Title 15, entitled Land Usage, Article 156, entitled Subdivisions, Section 156.04, and repealing Sections 154.041 through 156.048 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Rock Springs, Wyoming, entitled Fees.
Okay, thank you. Council, is there any discussion this evening on this? Hearing none, Matt, if you'll take us through 2025-14, also on its first reading.
An ordinance amending Chapter 157 entitled Zoning, Section 157.009B of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Rock Springs, Wyoming, entitled Fees.
Thank you. Is there any discussion on this? Hearing none, Matt, if you will please take us to 2025-15.
An ordinance amending Title 15 entitled Land Usage, Article 157 entitled Zoning, Section 157.008 entitled Definitions, Section 157.086 entitled Residential Zoning Districts, Section 157.088 entitled Community Business Zone B2, Section 157.091 entitled Light Industrial Zone I1, Section 157.092 entitled Heavy Industrial Zone I2, and Section 157.130 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Rock Springs, Wyoming, entitled Fences.
Only a CPA could read that in such a riveting manner. Thank you.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
Mayor, councilors, I believe we've made a procedural error, and I'd like to correct that. It's relative to Mr. Malonis's motion to lay on the table. We had a motion and a second to pass on the motion, but the motion to lay on the table takes precedence.
I apologize.
And so I think we should do that over.
Okay.
Give Councilor Malonis an opportunity to make his motion, to have that motion seconded, and to have a vote on that motion to lay on the table before we proceed to the vote. I apologize for making you do that over again, but I believe
I
it's
appreciate you bringing that to my
procedurally
attention.
incorrect.
Thank you. Okay, so we will roll back time to ordinance 2025-09. We had a motion and a second to approve it, and then Councilman Malonis made a motion to table. Do we have a second? Is there a second? Okay, hearing none, that motion to table fails. And now, Matt, will you please walk us through the vote again?
Councilor Hanson,
Yes.
Zadi,
Yes.
Demus,
Yes.
Pedri,
Yes.
Bingham,
Yes.
Malonis,
No.
Thompson,
Yes.
Hickerson,
Yes.
Mayor Mickelson.
Yes. So the motion carries with Councilor Malonis voting no, which then brings us, thank you, Mr. Beckwith, to council updates. This is your opportunity, council, to inform the public of what you have been up to over the past couple of weeks.
Your Honor, I
Councilor
did have
Henderson.
a couple of questions on ordinance 2025-15.
Yep.
Mr. Marsh, what brought this about? Because that's a lot of automotive talk in that.
Your Honor, Council, So with me recently taking over in the position, I finally got some time to go through and look at all the ordinances, had some experience hands-on with different stuff we've kind of had issues arise with. Did you have any specific questions to a specific ordinance change, or?
Just an overall
Okay.
scope of what brought this about.
You got it. So the fees haven't been updated since 2014. Right now, to update the fees, we have to go through 3 ordinance readings. So I'm trying to take that to the fee table, like all the other fee schedules that there are. That way we can update those annually if needed, or it's a lot easier to update those versus doing those ordinance changes. Definition, we had some error, or I shouldn't say error, but we had some gray area with what was considered automotive repair major versus minor. Someone can move some heavy equipment in, and the way the definition read before, how were we to classify what was considered, major heavy equipment versus what would be minor? So I was just trying to clean up those definitions. The addition is for recreational vehicles in manufactured home parks only. So currently we don't allow recreational vehicles anywhere in the city limits. I know through different council meetings and just talking to the community, people have spoken about how there may be a housing crunch. Times are tough, inflation's gone up. So I sat down and thought, how can I help in my position? And one of the things was recreational vehicles. Some of the manufactured parks have them now, and they're considered non-conforming or grandfathered, so they stay. So I like to give, new mobile home park owners, manufactured park owners a chance to have a certain percentage of RV spaces instead of bringing in trailers, but we still did want some control over that. So that's why we have the recreational vehicle permit with property owner signature, and it still will go through an inspection process, just like a mobile home being brought in. For the community business zone, I was just cleaning up the definition for automotive repair minor. So I took out the old definition. I'm just going to leave it automotive repair minor. Nicotine's become popular, so I just added nicotine to cigar, nicotine tobacco stores, and then wellness centers are becoming popular, like holistic, stuff like that. So I wanted a category for that. Light industrial zone, same thing, cleaning up that definition for automotive repair major. And then we have Connex boxes. A lot of people have been asking me about those. They're not permitted in residential, and the only places they are permitted is in industrial zones. I haven't really had a way to enforce that. So by adding those into ordinance in those industrial areas, I actually have the chance to say portable storage containers are allowed in these areas. There is language in there for residential zones that those portable storage containers aren't allowed, but not in any of the other business zones. And then for the fences, we have allowed that fences to be installed on concrete or block curb or stem walls for no more than 10 inches high. We just haven't had an ordinance, so I was doing all the changes, so I wanted to make sure we added that into ordinance.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else?
Your Honor, for the council updates, on the 27th, Chief Walmsley and I went out to the airport for their soft opening. That place is still, they're taking the edges and a little bit of finishing up, but that is a beautiful facility out there. I was out there for the first outgoing flight, and it was so much room. Before, when you'd fly out, you're stuck in the little room, and it's huge, and you're not sitting on each other's laps before you get on the plane to sit on each other's laps. So for the grand opening, I'd like to see a lot more people out there. That place is beautiful.
Very good.
Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
I attended the Chinese massacre unveiling of the statue today. It was very nice. A lot of people attended, and it was just all around a nice event.
Okay. I do want to call everyone's attention, and I think we had a very illustrative moment this evening. I've provided an abridged copy of Robert's Rules and then our ordinance, Chapter 31, that governs council meetings. I think it will be helpful even for somebody who's fairly familiar with Robert's Rules, right? They're complex, and by ordinance as the chair, or when Jeannie gets to chair, it's our job to maintain order and to follow these rules. So I thought it would be helpful for everyone to have a copy of those. And with that, we are adjourned.